If I had to pick a CB1 after the first quarter of the season, I'd go with Mansoor Delane out of LSU. Now, Jermod McCoy is still very much in this discussion, but he hasn't played yet. Delane has put out 3 weeks of essentially flawless tape. On 18 targets, he has an interception and 4 pass breakups, and he's allowed 4 receptions of 36 yards. He's been on the radar for a while, and I've always thought he was really talented, but his tape at Virginia Tech last year was too inconsistent, which is why he returned to school. This year, he's playing out of his mind. He's 5'11", 191, checks the boxes athletically, but not going to wow you with his speed. You're drafting Delane because he's so sticky in man coverage and so smart in zone. He's shown that to start out the season against some pretty good competition. They've played Clemson and Florida. I'm going to break down his film in this video and show you why he's my cornerback 1 through the first 4 weeks. So in man coverage, Delane just does not allow a whole lot of separation. He isn't overly aggressive in press coverage, but very smooth to mirror releases at the line of scrimmage. He rarely gets faked out of position. A couple yards into the stem, he's right on the hip pocket. He does a great job reading the receiver's hip so he can anticipate the break and then just blankets the route. You see that especially on these in-breaking routes. Right here, TJ Moore takes the inside release. He's physical down the stem. At the break point, you couldn't slide a note card in between their hips. And then once he breaks and turns to the quarterback, he plays the ball, forces the incompletion. This play from week 3, again, the receiver's going to release inside. This time he starts to kind of stress him vertically. He's trying to sell the 9 route and drive him off of the break point, get Delane leaning downfield. That way he can separate out of this inside cut. One of my favorite things about Delane is how disciplined he is in man coverage. You can't really see from how zoomed out it is, but he's probably got his eyes glued on the receiver's hip. The head fake and salesmanship just bounces right off of him. He's completely immune to it. The coverage is perfectly tight out of the break and he would be in position to play the ball, but AJ Halsey, who is another big riser this year, drives on it, gets the interception. Great play from both of them. And then back to week 1, here he's just mirroring a quick slant. At no point is the receiver open. Mirror his hands at the catch point, rake the ball out. Teach tape right here. And then going along with the discipline, he also does a great job of covering double moves, stop and goes, stutter goes, anything where the receiver's trying to hesitate, get him to lean forward, drive downhill, and then beat him over the top. This first play, you get kind of a stutter release, borderline TikTok route. Delane is perfectly content to let the receiver waste time at the line of scrimmage, waste time early in the stem. He caps the route the entire way. He's in perfect position, but the ball's uncatchable. And then another one here in the red zone at the bottom of your screen, trying to create space for the outside release, but he doesn't fall for it. Fade route goes absolutely nowhere. So he's very sticky in man coverage, also extremely smart in zone. This play, he's the flat defender in cover 2, going to give a slight reroute to the 1, gets his eyes back inside. He identifies the hitch from the number 2 right at the sticks. This is 3rd down, closes in on the passing lane, gets a pass breakup. And then this play, they try to sneak a wheel route from the number 2 with a switch release, but he diagnoses it, covers it up. Lagway has to basically throw it away. So even though he doesn't have the elite physical traits, at this point, I think Mansoor Delane has a really good chance of being CB1 for this class. I'll be interested to see if Jermod McCoy even plays. If he does, like I said, he's absolutely still in that conversation, and with a really good 4 or 5 games, he could overtake him again. But Delane's a player that I trust on the boundary in man coverage and zone coverage. I think he's scheme proof, and he's put out outstanding tape against really good competition.